Hey, Tom here from the Run Testers with another running shoe versus. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the New Balance More V3 and the On Cloudmonster. Let's take a look. The On Cloudmonster costs £150. We don't have a US price at the moment. The weight is 284 grams or 10 ounces for men in a size 9, and the drop is 6mm. The New Balance More V3 costs £130 or $164.99. It weighs in at 288 grams or 10.2 ounces for men in a size 8, and the drop is 4mm. The On Cloudmonster is a max cushion shoe that features a thick Helion Superfoam midsole foam for comfort and cushioning. That foam combines with the full-length Speedboard and Cloudtec design to produce rebound and minimise impact over easy day sessions. There's a mesh upper which offers a stretchy fit while still incorporating some reinforced sections for support and comfort. There's also an ample amount of cushioning around the ankle collar of the shoe, with a lean design to the tongue. There's also an eyelet lacing system to ensure a lockdown fit. The New Balance Fresh Foam More V3 is a shoe that, unsurprisingly, has a lot more cushioning than you'll find in other road shoes in the New Balance range. That midsole is a thick chunk of the same fresh foam you'll find in other popular options like the 1080 V11 and the 860 V12, and it's a foam that offers a good balance between cushioning and responsiveness. It's a shoe designed for tackling lots of training miles, deadening the impact and ensuring you can cover the distance in as much comfort as possible. The engineered mesh upper provides a plush ride that feels sturdy and reinforced, which combines with a wide base to ensure the overall feel of the shoe is both stable and reliable. It also has a lace closure design with trace fibre eyelets to ensure a lockdown fit, as well as a healthy covering of rubber on the outsole. The fit for me in the New Balance More V3. This is a size 8, I'm a size 8. I found it to be a very comfortable shoe. It's definitely true to size, but it's a shoe that's got a little bit of give in it. So it's quite a relaxed fit around the forefoot. I did feel that there was a lot of wiggle room in the forefoot as well. So it's quite a good shoe to have if you want an extra bit of space in the front of the foot. It's not a very locked down shoe. I didn't find that an issue when running it in it, but it just made it a little bit more comfortable. And if you have bigger feet or wider feet, it's probably a good option. The Cloudmonster that I tested was actually an 8.5 and I'm normally an 8, so it was slightly roomier in the forefoot than I would usually hope. What I would say wasn't massively roomier, it did feel fine for me, but I would probably have gone down half a size if I could have done. The majority of the run testers in testing the Cloudmonster all said that it was pretty much true to size for them and felt good. So I think in both of these shoes you would go true to size. I would also say that when you put these two shoes side by side, with the New Balance More V3 in an 8 and the Cloudmonster in an 8.5, they are pretty much identical in length. I would say the More V3 is actually slightly longer than the Cloudmonster, so definitely suggests that there's a bit more space in the More V3. But I would still say go true to size in both of those. As you probably know, I'm a big fan of cushion shoes, so anytime a new cushion shoe comes in, I jump at the chance to test it out, and I have quite a big collection of cushion shoes that I run in, and the More V3 is my current favourite of those. So I've been loving running in the More V3. I think it's a really comfortable daily run shoe, just great for high mileage where you just want lots and lots of miles in your training to be in comfort. It's not a fast shoe. It's not a shoe that's designed to be versatile. It's just a lot of cushioning and a lot of comfort in that shoe. So if you're looking for a shoe that is just all about comfort and impact protection, the More V3 is my top pick at the moment anyway. The On Cloudmonster is an interesting addition to On's lineup because On have traditionally been associated with having quite firm midsoles, and it's something that's probably meant that some people avoid them who want really soft cushioning because you don't really get that in a lot of On shoes. The Monster is sort of trying to solve that by adding this massive wedge of midsole foam in there. It's still the same Helion Superfoam that you get in the other On shoes, but there's just a lot more of it, which is very similar to the New Balance More V3 because that fresh foam midsole is not traditionally classed as a very soft midsole, but because there's so much of it in the More V3, it does make it softer and it does make it feel really cushioned. So it's actually quite a similar scenario between these shoes, that by just adding a lot more of that midsole foam, that it becomes a cushioned, softer shoe. But what I would say about the More V3 is that by adding loads of that fresh foam midsole, it does go from being a fairly versatile shoe, which is something that you'll see in the 1080 V11, where that shoe is actually quite versatile. By adding loads more of the cushioning, it ceases to be versatile and actually becomes a really cushioned, soft shoe. On has added loads more cushioning to the Cloudmonster. And unlike the More V3, I don't think it becomes noticeably softer by doing that. I think it still feels like an On shoe. It still feels firmer than a lot of the cushion shoes that I run in. Definitely firmer than the More V3. That means that for me, it doesn't really deliver what I want from a cushion shoe. When I saw the On Cloudmonster, I was really wanted a soft ride from an On shoe, which I've never really experienced before. It is softer. There's clearly a lot more cushioning in it, but it just doesn't add that extra level of softness that I'd expect from something that has this much of a midsole. I said this in my previous view of the More V3, that it is not a versatile shoe. It's a comfortable shoe and it excels at doing that. It's fantastic workhorse, comfortable trainer that just feels great when you're running in it. I really enjoy running in this shoe. But also, it's not a versatile shoe in that you can't run faster in it, but it does seem to help you with efficiency. There's a nice forward motion in it. It feels smooth to run in, and when I'm doing a lot of miles in this shoe, I do find that it feels like it's propelling me forward a little bit. Not in a fast way, but it just feels a comfortable, smooth motion to run in. The Cloudmonster is very similar in the way that it delivers that consistent, enjoyable experience that's quite comfortable, but I would say that it doesn't feel as smooth to me as the More V3. It doesn't feel as enjoyable. I'm not against the feel of this shoe. I think it's a nice differentiator from a lot of the On shoes out there. It's definitely finding a nice place in the On collection as a shoe that can be really focused on easy day miles, but it's still just a little bit firmer than what I would expect from that much cushioning. Also, I don't feel it's as smooth to run in. The More V3 just has this lovely turnover that really works well with that softness in the midsole. I don't think you get that in the Cloudmonster. It's not a bad feel, I just don't feel like it's working alongside the efficiency gains of the shoe to produce a really nice fluid movement. I have found that the grip on both of these shoes is very good, very similar. There's quite a lot of rubber on the outside of the More V3, and it does a good job when you're running on wet conditions on pavements. I've had no issues with grip in this shoe at all. Same goes for the Cloudmonster. I think there's a nice spattering of rubber on the top of that midsole foam. And it's the same sort of rubber that you find in a lot of On shoes, and again, it's very good at gripping on wet roads. So both of these shoes, really good outsoles, I think, and that extra rubber on them will probably help durability over time. So my verdict in these two shoes: if you're looking for a soft, cushioned option for easy miles when you're doing a lot of miles over multiple days, both of these shoes are going to crop up. For me, the New Balance More V3, it's still by far the most superior if that's what you're looking for. If you want cushioning, if you want softness, if you want an enjoyable ride with a nice, comfortable fit, I think this is the best shoe out on the market at the moment, and I'm still enjoying running this every time I'm running it. I think the Cloudmonster is a great move by On because a lot of their lineup, or all of their lineup, is noticeably harder in the way that midsole feels, and this offers a nice new addition to that lineup for people that really want more max cushioning to their shoes, and this is the shoe to get it in. If you're dead set on getting an On shoe and you want loads of cushioning and comfort, I think this is a great option. I also think it feels really good. It's a really comfortable shoe. I think it does what it says on the tin, and I think it's a great option for those people looking for that, who want an On shoe. What I would say is that if you don't have to get an On shoe and you really want to get a soft, comfortable option, this trumps it for me. I think the New Balance More V3 just has a lot more in the way of softness, cushioning, comfort than the Cloudmonster does. The Cloudmonster isn't bad. I just think this is a bit better, and I'm still keeping this at the top of my list for comfortable, cushioned running miles. Having said that, I do think that the Cloudmonster is more versatile. The More V3, you cannot do any more than those easy miles. That's really all it does, and it does it really well. It excels in that area. I don't think the Cloudmonster really excels in any area when compared with other shoes like the More V3 or the Nike Invincible, but it is a little bit more versatile. That firmer Helion Superfoam midsole just feels a little bit more responsive than what I'm getting from something like the More V3. it's not a racing shoe. You're never going to, you know, run PBs in this shoe if you're going for fast times, but it gives you a little bit more of an option when it comes to that, and it's a little bit more responsive, a little bit harder for those runs where you want to pick up the pace a little bit and maybe just push a little bit harder, which I wouldn't do in the More V3. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click that little bell icon. It really does make a difference. And check the channel out for all the other videos we've got, from the latest road and trail shoes to the latest running watches and headphones out at the moment. Thanks a lot for watching. See you soon.